So I've been living in Saigon now for 2 years with my almost 4-year-old son. You'd think we would have exhausted all the activities here, but actually there are way more kid-friendly things to do here than you think. I'm going to give you my top 10 places you can go in Saigon with kids. Let's get into it. First up, we've got Dam Sen. This is our most visited theme park in the city as it's pretty close to the centre and easy to get to. If you're not that into rides or you've got toddlers too small for them, the area is actually a really nice place just for a walk, as there is an option to just pay the entrance fee without the rides included. As you might know, Saigon only has 2 seasons and both of them involve the heat. So Snowtown is nice to escape to the winter with their fake snow and all year round Christmas theme. This footage was actually taken on a national holiday pre-COVID, so it was pretty busy, which meant there was a lot of snow constantly pumping out with a good atmosphere to go with it. However, recently we did come here on a quiet Friday and it wasn't quite the same as the first time we went. So definitely bear that in mind when you pay this place a visit. Okay, going back to theme parks, we've got the Buddhist themed theme park, Suoi Tien. And if you missed my previous vlog for whatever reason, we filmed our whole day here, so definitely check that out if you're interested in coming here. The downside to this park compared to Dam Sen is that you only have the option to pay the entrance fee. Then all the rides range from about 15,000 to about 60,000 once you get in. The park is also quite far out of the centre, but there is a metro stop right outside the park. So when that opens, I expect it will bring a lot of people to the park. So the next 2 places are actually located just out of Saigon, but I definitely think they're worth a mention. Monkey Island is probably my favourite place on this list, but unfortunately I only have the footage I took for my Instagram when the monkey stole Eric's glasses. This is definitely a full day's trip with lots of walking, so bring some food and drink, but just make sure you don't eat near the monkeys. Like I said, it's a bit of a drive outside the city, but the roads are good enough to drive on with your bike, or you can always just take a car. Next up is Gucci. You've probably most definitely heard of this one. It's on pretty much all what to do in Saigon blog posts, and it definitely deserves that spot. If you don't know already, Gucci has more than 250 kilometers of tunnels which were dug by the Vietnamese during the war with America. On the visit, you can even go down these tunnels to see how people lived. We filmed a vlog here with the cheapest way to get to Gucci. It was from a few years ago, so the quality may be a little bit low, but the directions and what buses to take are all in the description, so it's definitely worth checking that out. But yeah, this one's definitely a fulfilling, educating experience to show your children. Alright, moving away from culture and outdoors, we're bringing it back into the modern time and going to Tiniworld. There's a bunch of these all over Saigon, mainly in malls. We've been to a few around the city and they're all relatively new, well kept and clean as far as play areas go. But yeah, when you just wanna let your kids run wild for a few hours, then this is the place to go. In a busy city, it's nice to get away from the noisy traffic music and walk around some greenery. There's a few large parks in Saigon, but our favourite is the White Rabbit Park. It usually gets busier on an evening when they start to operate the fairground rides, but it can also be quite popular in the afternoon for a stroll around the big pond. As well as parks, there's plenty of museums in Saigon, but only one of them made it to my top 10 simply because it's the one that Edward enjoyed the most. The 3D Art Museum in District 7 is definitely worth the visit. It's basically a walkthrough with loads of cool art and plenty of picture opportunities. Of course, there are more cultural museums around Saigon, but personally, I think this one is the most fun for kids. So, ninth on the list is Saigon Zoo, a pretty controversial visit. Personally, I'm not a huge zoo fan, especially in Vietnam, as they still have circus animal performances. Despite this, the animals do look healthy, and this zoo's main aim is to protect endangered species. And according to Wikipedia, Saigon Zoo is currently the only zoo in the world that has successfully bred crested Argus pheasants in captivity. Also, the botanical gardens are worth the visit, and there's also a few fairground rides. The final one on this list is Landmark 81, the tallest building in Southeast Asia and the 15th tallest building in the world. So there is a viewing platform at the top of the building for a price. The price being the reason we've never actually gone ourselves. But if you do want a nice free day out and just pay $4,000 for parking, then you can bring yourself a picnic and spend the day walking around the huge park next to the river. Alright, so yeah, that is my top 10. Of course, that's not everything there is to do in Saigon with kids. If you do have any suggestions though on where to go, leave a comment down below. And if you haven't done already, you should definitely subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye!